All right, welcome back. Here we are for our Hawaiian tour adventure here, leg number 3 of 8. We're heading from PHDH, which is Oahu, and we're headed over to PHJH, which is in Maui. So, looking at the flight plan here, I'm excited for this one because Maui was one of my favorite islands that I've gone to. So we stayed over here at Lahaina and had a good time. That was a beautiful, beautiful island there. Did some zip lining while I was there. This was back in 2012, so this is like our friend in Belgium said, a blast from the past here for us. So a little memory reminiscence flight for me, and we're going to see what BushTalk Radio has. That's going to be new to me. I'm learning everything as you guys are, so let's go ahead and get this thing off the ground here. So let's go ahead and preset. We loaded up our flight plan, but for some reason it doesn't look like it has the runways. So we have runway number 2 as our destination and runway number 8 for our takeoff. Let's see. Yeah, we can go ahead and do parking number 7, I think. Let's pick parking number 7 as our start point here. It's pretty close to the runway. So here we are, Oahu to, oh nice. So Kapalua, very nice golf course. That's the butterfly one. I say butterfly because when I started playing golf in real life, I remember finding a golf ball with the Kapalua symbol on, and Kapalua is actually the kickoff point for the PGA Tour. So, a lot of connections on this flight. So we're going to Lahaina, and that's in Maui. So we're basically going to shoot through some of these islands here, and yeah, nothing else to do but get this thing on the ground, and then we'll get everything connected, started up, and going here. So I hope everybody's enjoying their week. What is today? Wednesday? Or no, Thursday, I think. I think we already finished Wednesday. Well, that's not good. I got a tight deadline coming up at work, so days are flying by. It doesn't seem like there's enough hours in the day right now. Alright, first thing we gotta do, let's get some light going on, because that is the whole point of our Maui adventure, or Hawaiian adventure here, so that we can see what's going on and enjoy the beautiful islands of Hawaii. So I think this is where we left off. I think we landed by the fuel station over there. Yeah, alright. So here we are over in Oahu. Let's get this thing up and going. We gotta do some connections here. Look at me remembering to connect to BushTalk Radio before we're in the air. This might be a record here. Alright, we are connected. We're gonna head in to the plane. And let's go ahead and fire this thing up. doing some brake checks, turning on avionics and all that good stuff. Excuse me. This is the battery test. We're going to be switching on these. We yell clear for the prop area. And we're going to check the volts and stuff. All boring stuff. One day maybe we'll do a demonstration on the fire up here of the Cessna 172. Like a manual startup. Go ahead and turn on our master avionics switches and we'll get our navigation system set up here. There we have it. All we got to do is hit enter and we got our flight plan. Alright, we'll run through the run-up one, and then we'll call that good enough there. We'll do everything else manually. We'll make sure that we put that parking brake back on. Alright, so we got all our lights on. We're going to turn on the pitot heat as well. And we'll go to BushTalk Radio on my side. Make sure that we are connected. It looks like we are. Alright, so we are over here. Just saw us. Don't say we got disconnected. Nah, I'm sure we're here. Boom. Alright, there we are. Alright, so we're over here at Oahu. We're going to be flying down here. Through the little islands here, over to Maui. Lahaina sits about right here. Yep, that's Lahaina. Alright, let's see if I can remember where I actually stayed. I remember it was like a U-shaped hotel with a pool. And I think it should be just about here. So I'm pretty certain that this is it. So that's the hotel that we stayed at. It was like the first hotel with a pool. And there was that golf course there. Do we have the snippet up? We don't. Alright, nonetheless, we got enough here. I'm going down memory lane. Let's go ahead and tune to traffic. We'll announce our takeoff to the east. Actually, we'll announce our taxi. Alright, we're actually going to taxiway to runway number 8, so sorry about that. Alright, we got plenty of room. We got an airplane to our right, airplane to our left. I think we can make the turn. This guy can give us a pushback, but I don't know. I think we can make it. Alright, so we're going to go to runway number 28, despite what we just told ATC. So we're going to do a little violation here. Alright, parking brake is off. I'm going to adjust our camera here. We'll get our yoke back on. And we'll start increasing our throttle a little bit. Alright, we're just going to ignore this guy. We're going to run him over. no worries here. In real life, we would have probably requested a pushback there. Alright, let's get out of the parking lot, shall we? Alright, runway number 8 sits this way. Alright, runway sits at 9,000 feet. So we got plenty of space to go here. So we'll go ahead and just announce our departure to the east. Yeah, we're actually going to take off on 8, so sorry everybody. Let's go ahead and take a little look around here, see if anybody's around. Nope, it's pretty early and we're in a pretty tiny airport here, so we're gonna kind of scoot through ATC here. Hopefully they don't get pissed off at us, but I don't know. We don't have Neo fly up, so we don't have to go 100% here. Alright, so we're going to hop out onto the runway here. We got flaps up, everything is good to go. We got the sun beaming off the front. Let's go ahead and go full throttle. Yeah, full throttle. Alright, we didn't adjust anything on our flight. So we'll do that once we get up in the air and get going here. We'll manually fly part of this course.
The KNFI satellite tracking station is a United States Air Force military installation in KNF on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. It is a remote tracking station in the Air Force satellite control network responsible for tracking satellites in orbit, many of which support the United States Department of Defense, receiving and processing data and in turn, enabling control of satellites by relaying commands from control centers. The facility is placed near the westernmost point of the island of Oahu, atop a 1,500-foot high ridge.
Alright, so we had BushTalk Radio working. Don't even have it up yet, so we don't know what's going on. But I'll get it once we get our elevation in check here, because it looks like our flight plan, we're going to be making a right-hand turn up that way, and just want to make sure we got enough elevation before we do so. But we picked a good time for the time of day here, with nice little sunrise coming out of that airport over the trees. So to follow our flight plan here, we need to make a right-hand turn, but we got to get enough elevation up to get over that mountain. So I'm going a little bit away from our flight plan. Maybe we'll spin around this way a little bit. Because as of right now, we don't have enough height to get over that mountain, so we're going to have to zigzag to do so. So this is definitely going to be a little manual adjustment here to our flight plan. If we were in a stronger airplane, we'd be able to just kind of hop up and clear that. But we'll just raise our elevation up a little bit before attempting to climb over that mountain. We're not in any rush this morning. Get another view of Oahu. I think we got enough to clear that area right there. And then we'll get back on track. Alright, I think we got enough now. How's the wind doing? Wind seems calm. Alright, so we got enough to clear the mountain now. We can get on over this. If you look at the navigation map here, all that yellow that's right there indicates how high it is. And we are currently 2,700 feet above sea level. Alright. So yeah, we are getting on track here. Impressive mountain. Yeah, that was a very steep start to our trip, but I think we handled it like a champ, and we got the nice sunrise here as we fly over the forest reserves. Alright, so we got everything cleared off there. And then now we can basically just go right down that mountain. And get back on track here. Alright, so we went up pretty high to get over those mountains. We'll go ahead and set our altitude to about 2,300 feet. Turn that on, and that on. And we are not in GPS mode. There we go. Now we're in GPS mode. Now we got FLC mode on. Can we... Nope. Do we have it working? Because we're still dropping. Nope. There we go. Alright, let's give it a little assistance here. And that is because, boom. Alright, now we got everything going on, except for the fact that we're going to have to turn it off to get over this mountain. That's the thing about Hawaii, we got all these little peaks and valleys. So we're going to have to do some manual flying. And we will see what's on the other side of that ridge there. Alright, let's bring up BushTalk Radio because it hasn't been playing anything. We're coming up to a beach resort up here to the left. Let's go ahead and head on over that way. In the meantime, we'll do a sound check. Everything looks pretty good. Now we'll just leave autopilot off. We're having a good time flying around. Alright, so coming up here, I'll play it.
Marriott's Ko-Olina Beach Club is a hotel in Ko-Olina, Hawaii, a resort community in Kapolei. It is located 30 minutes away from Honolulu on the western side of Oahu. Opened in 2003, the hotel consists of 3 resort towers, each housing roughly 200 units. The resort is expected to construct a 4th and final tower in the near future, which would add an additional 202 units to the property. Primarily a timeshare resort, Marriott's Ko-Olina Beach Club's guest rooms offer the amenities found in homes, such as fully equipped kitchens and washing machines with dryers. The resort also contains 3 pools and 3 restaurants. Other amenities include a children's club, a spa, a weekly luau, and access to Ko-Olina's man-made lagoons. Owned and managed by Marriott Vacation Club, the resort also serves as a timeshare property, allowing members to stay at the resort for discounted rates with special privileges. The property underwent a renovation in 2014, which remodeled the rooms and updated the exteriors and cosmetic appearance of the hotel.
Alright, we got a little up close personal on that one. Flying very low level here. Let's get a tour of Oahu before we head out over to the ocean. And I think that might be another BushTalk Radio up there by the airport.
Marriott's Ko-Olina Beach Club is a hotel in Ko-Olina, Hawaii, a resort community in Kapolei. Kalaeloa Airport ICAO, PHJH, also called John Rogers Field, the original name of Honolulu International Airport and formerly Naval Air Station Barbers Point, is a joint civil-military regional airport of the state of Hawaii established on July 1, 1999, to replace the Ford Island NAV facilities, which closed on June 30th of the same year. Located on the site of the developing unincorporated town of Kalaeloa and nestled between the Honolulu communities of Ewa Beach, Kapolei and Campbell Industrial Park in West Oahu, most flights to Kalaeloa Airport originate from commuter airports on the other Hawaiian islands. While Kalaeloa Airport is primarily a commuter facility used by scheduled air taxis, general aviation and transient and locally based military aircraft, the airport saw first ever scheduled airline service begin on July 1, 2014, with Mokuleia Airlines operating flights to Kahului Airport on Maui. It is included in the Federal Aviation Administration National Plan for Integrated Airport Systems for 2017-2021, in which it is categorized as a regional reliever facility.
Alright, so we did a little flyby the tower on that one. Let's see what else we got coming up here.
Ewa Beach is a census-designated place located in Ewa District and the city and county of Honolulu along the coast of Mamaha Bay on the leeward side of Oahu, Hawaii. As of the 2010 census, the CDP had a total population of 14,955. The U.S. postal code for Ewa Beach is 96,706. History and etymology. The word Ewa means stray in Hawaiian. The name comes from the myth that the gods Cain and Kanaloa threw a stone to determine the boundaries, but it was lost and later found at Pali-o-Kahe. Hawaiian settlement on the Ewa Plain dates back at least to the 12th century CE, at which time Kanaka Maui expanded the main channel of Puloa Pearl Harbor before creating fish ponds and terraced agricultural fields in the surrounding area. Scholars have recognized Niua's ancient fish ponds as exemplary evidence of native Hawaiian ingenuity. Before Ewa Beach became a town, it was first a huge plantation farm. With 11,000 acres of land sublet by Benjamin Dillingham, W.R. Lowry became the first plantation manager in 1891, when Hawaii was under the rule of Queen Liliuokalani. Ewa Beach is significant for its association with Ewa Sugar Plantation. Throughout the 20th century, it played a very influential role in Hawaii's culture, economy, and politics.
Do a little flyby. I think this is a golf course right here. Get a little up close personal on the golf course. Alright, make sure we're back on track here. We did a little loop around. Alright, we're gonna pass another airport after we cross over the bay here. Alright, yeah, we got a little bit of time to play with. It's not the longest flight here, so we got a little time to deviate, kind of see what we got going on, and fly by a little close to some points of interest. Alright, we got another airport coming up here we can do a flyby on.
Honolulu is the capital and largest city of the U.S. state of Hawaii. It is an unincorporated part of the county seat of the city and county of Honolulu along the southeast coast of the island of Oahu. The city is the main gateway to Hawaii and a major portal into the United States. The city is also a major hub for international business and military defense, as well as being host to a diverse variety of East, West, and Pacific cultures, cuisine, and traditions. Honolulu is the westernmost and southernmost major U.S. city. For statistical purposes, the United States Census Bureau recognizes the approximate...
Alright, I'm actually going to pause that real quick because before we go, I'll get back into the cockpit here since it's a little quieter. Before we go, we're passing by Pearl Harbor again. So maybe we'll get a closer look at that. It's right up here by the water.
Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam is a United States military base adjacent to Honolulu, Hawaii. It is an amalgamation of the United States Air Force's Hickam Air Force Base and the United States Navy's Naval Station Pearl Harbor, which were merged in 2010. Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam is one of 12 joint bases the 2005 Base Realignment and Closure Commission created. It is part of Navy Region Hawaii and provides Navy Joint Operations Base operating support that is capabilities-based and integrated.
So this is basically that whole Pearl Harbor area. We'll just let we'll let BushTalk play whatever they're gonna play, and we'll fly around this little loop.
The USS Arizona Memorial at Pearl Harbor in Honolulu, Hawaii, marks the resting place of 1,102 of the 1,177 sailors and Marines killed by USS Arizona during the attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, and commemorates the events of that day. The attack on Pearl Harbor led to the United States' involvement in World War II. The memorial, built in 1962, is visited by more than 2 million people annually. Accessible only by boat, it straddles the sunken hull of the battleship without touching it. Historical information about the attack, shuttle boats to and from the memorial, and general visitor services are available at the associated USS Arizona Memorial Visitor Center, which opened in 1980 and is operated by the National Park Service. The battleship's sunken remains were declared a National Historic Landmark on May 5, 1989. The USS Arizona Memorial is one of several sites in Hawaii that are part of the Pearl Harbor National Memorial. Pearl Harbor is an American marine harbor on the island of Oahu, Hawaii, west of Honolulu. It has been long visited by the naval fleet of the United States before it was acquired from the Hawaiian Kingdom by the U.S. with the signing of the Reciprocity Treaty of 1875. Much of the harbor and surrounding lands is now a United States Navy Deepwater Naval Base. It is also the headquarters of the United States Pacific Fleet. The U.S. government first obtained exclusive use of the inlet and the right to maintain a repair and coaling station for ships here in 1887. The attack on Pearl Harbor by the Empire of Japan on December 7, 1941, was the immediate cause of the United States' entry into World War II.
Alright, so a little deviation from our flight plan to get a little close-up view on that Pearl Harbor area. I think that was justly due there. We got somebody landing over at the airport. sure we're violating all types of airspace rules here. Looks like we got a 747, a Boeing, a couple of them over there. And we got that guy who just landed. I'm gonna watch out for the tower for sure.
Honolulu is the capital and largest city of the U.S. state of Hawaii. It is an unincorporated part of the county seat of the city, the county of Honolulu, along the southeast coast of the island of Oahu. The city is the main gateway to Hawaii and a major portal into the United States. The city is also a major hub for international business and military defense, as well as being host to a diverse variety of East, West, and Pacific cultures, cuisine, and traditions. Honolulu is the westernmost and southernmost major U.S. city. For statistical purposes, the United States Census Bureau recognizes the approximate area commonly referred to as City of Honolulu as a census county division. Honolulu is a major financial center of the islands and of the Pacific Ocean. The population of the Honolulu census-designated place was 345,064 as of the 2019 population estimate, while the Honolulu CCD was 390,738. Honolulu means sheltered harbor or calm port in Hawaii. The old name is Ko, a district roughly encompassing the area from Nuuanu Avenue to Alakia Street and from Hotel Street to Queen Street, which is the heart of the present downtown district. The city has been the capital of the Hawaiian Islands since 1845 and gained historical recognition following the attack on Pearl Harbor by Japan near the city on December 7, 1941. As of 2015, Honolulu was ranked high on World Livability Rankings and was also ranked as the second safest city in the U.S. It is also the most populated Oceanian city outside Australasia and ranks second, Auckland, as the most populous city in Polynesia.
Alright, this is pretty much where I was.
The Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort is a resort hotel on Waikiki Beach in Honolulu, Hawaii. The resort first opened in 1955 and since has grown to become the largest in the Hilton chain of hotels and one of the largest hotels in the world. Located on the Hawaiian island of Oahu, the John Ina Estate was originally built on the site of the former village of Kulia, which was the childhood home of Tuka Honamaku. It consisted of a private estate with an owner's residence, tenant houses, and a salt flat. The portion of the estate nearest the ocean beach was developed around 1900 as a small hotel named the Old Waikiki, then redeveloped in 1928 as the New Malu Hotel. The hotel might be best known as the location for the popular TV series Hawaiian Eye, which aired on ABC from 1959 to 1963. The purchase by Hilton was duly noted by the changed signage in 1961. However, only second unit footage was filmed there. The bulk of the series was shot at Warner Brothers Studio in Burbank. Today, the Hilton Hawaiian Village Hotel sits on over 22 acres of beachfront property near the Ala Moana Center. It features the largest swimming pool in Waikiki, over 22 restaurants, exotic wildlife, and botanical gardens, Duke's Lagoon, and historical exhibits on loan from the Bishop Museum. Diamond Head Lighthouse is a United States Coast Guard facility located on Diamond Head in Honolulu, on the island of Oahu in the state of Hawaii. The lighthouse was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1980. The Diamond Head Lighthouse was featured on a United States postage stamp in June 2007. In a 2014 interview, 94-year-old veteran Melvin Bell described serving as the radio operator at the Diamond Head station during the Japanese sneak attack on Pearl Harbor, and the steps he took to warn civilian vessels of the attack. The lighthouse is featured in the music video for Katy Perry's song Electric, which is a collaboration between Perry and Pokemon.
Alright, figured I'd adjust the time of the day a little bit, or might do it again. Let's go ahead and do a sunset. Let's get the sun behind us. So we're not just glaring into the sun the whole time. Alright, so we got one bush talk coming up here on the tip of this island. Let's go ahead and bring that up.
Hanauma is a marine embayment formed within a tuff raven located along the southeast coast of the island of Oahu in the Hawaiian neighborhood of East Honolulu in the Hawaiian Islands. Hanauma is one of the most popular tourist destinations on the island and has suffered somewhat from overuse. At one time, this popular tourist destination accommodated over 3 million visitors per year. In 1956, dynamite was used to clear portions of the reef to make room for telephone cables linking Hawaii to the west coast of the U.S.
It's a shame that they were blasting dynamite. But I do think that...
Hanauma is a marine embayment formed within a tuff raven located along...
Alright, we just played that. We don't need the autoplay again. Alright, so with this, we're going to go ahead and turn on our autopilot at this point. And we're going to head on over to Maui. So let's bring up our nav maps here. So we have how long of a distance here? 21 nautical miles to get over this channel. So we can actually skew that a little bit here. I think it is Control Plus. So we'll do 3 times the speed rate here to get over the channel. And then when we get closer, we'll do 3 times backwards to get back to normal speed rate. So a little fast forward over the ocean here. let's bring this back down to normal speed. There we go. We'll leave the weather up here. We'll actually just get rid of ATC. We won't even talk to them. I think that's too much with BushTalk Radio. So this island here, let's see what we got on BushTalk.
Kalaupapa National Historical Park is a United States National Historical Park located in Kalaupapa, Hawaii, on the island of Molokai. Coterminous with the boundaries of Colorado County and primarily on Kalaupapa Peninsula, it was established by Congress in 1980 to expand upon the earlier National Historic Landmark site of the Kalaupapa Leper Settlement. It is administered by the National Park Service. Its goal is to preserve the cultural and physical settings of the two leper colonies on the island of Molokai, which operated from 1866 to 1969 and had a total of 8,500 residents over the decades.
Alright, so off to our left here, that's Molokai. There's 3 bush talks, that was one of them.
Molokai's massive sea cliffs rise to 3,000 feet above sea level, making them among the highest in the world. For decades, geologists thought these cliffs were created through wind and water erosion. Now, however, it is believed the cliffs formed approximately 1 to 1.5 million years ago, after the northern one-third of Molokai Island collapsed into the sea. Rubble deposited on the sea floor from the event extends over 40 miles north of the island. As it split, the northern flank broke into large blocks that subsided in different amounts, forming steps in the submarine slope leading up to the remainder of the island. As the rubble settled, several large fragments remained above sea level, creating 3 offshore islands, Okada, Mokuleia, and Walo. Isolated Walo Island retains original plant species found on Molokai over 2,000 years ago, including a rare native lulu palm tree forest.
And then there's one more on Molokai.
Halawa is a valley and ahapua at the eastern end of the island of Molokai in Hawaii, United States. The valley extends some 2 miles inland from the sea. At the head of the valley are 2 waterfalls, the Maui Falls, 250 feet high, and the Hipuapua Falls, 500 feet high. Halawa is the site of one of the earliest settlements in Hawaii. The archaeological features of the valley date back 1,350 years, the longest period of continuous Hawaiian cultural development. The valley was extensively used for the production of taro and at one time supported a population of several thousand. Archaeological remains include 17 heiau, irrigation channels and ancient walls and terraces. The traditional Hawaiian way of life continued in Halawa well into the 20th century. The valley was flooded by the 1946 tsunami and again by the 1957 tsunami, which destroyed the taro fields. The valley was then abandoned. Only a few families now live in the valley. Halawa lies at the end of Hawaii State Highway 450, 28 miles east of Kalaupapa. There is a public beach at Halawa, but most of the valley is private land. Local guides offer hiking tours to the waterfalls.
Alright, so that whole island over there, that was the 3 bush talks that were on there. Looks like we got a little storms coming up. We are on live weather. We're just playing with the time to keep some daylight so that we can see what's going on. And yeah, I'm kind of curious if we're going to hit a little rain here. But overall, it looks pretty good. Just scattered clouds. Straight ahead here, that's Maui over there. And this is... So when I was in Maui, I stayed probably on the tip over here in Lahaina. And then it overlooked this island. I showed the picture to our friend over in Belgium. Don't think I still have it up. I can take a quick snippet of it and show you. So here's the picture 12 years ago. This is, we're standing on the beach in Lahaina in Maui overlooking this island right here, which is this. And from what the locals said, that used to be like a banana production island. Not many people actually live on it. So we'll see what BushTalk Radio has on it. I actually haven't listened to any of these yet. So all of this BushTalk Radio that we got coming up is about that island right there, which is
sometimes referred to as Pineapple Island.
Oh, pineapples, not banana.
Only accessible by a private jet. Once upon a time, the plantation on the island was responsible for producing over 75% of the pineapples in the world. It is a smaller Hawaiian island, which makes it the ideal getaway destination where you will not be overwhelmed by other tourists. To access it on a commercial service, one must either fly to Honolulu or Kahului, which is found on the nearby island of Maui. You would then need to transfer either by taking a transfer plane or using the ferry service, and this takes 45 minutes, so it is much simpler to fly on a private plane and land on the island strip.
Alright, yeah, I stand corrected. It was pineapple, not banana. But did have it right that the population there is not high.
The pristine beauty of Hullup Bay earned Hullup Beach the title of America's Best Beach in 1997 from Drive Stephen Lebanon. Located on Lanai's southern coast, Hullup Bay greets you with a stunning expanse of pearl white sand and crystal blue waters. Most of the year, this protected bay fronting the luxurious fall seasons, Resort Lanai is the best spot on the island for snorkeling and swimming. Summer conditions are especially prime for swimming. Surf and current tend to pick up during the winter months, though, so swimmers should avoid rough conditions during that season. Open to the public, Hullup Beach Park also has a great beach park complete with picnic tables, barbecue grills, restrooms and showers. One of the highlights of Hullup Bay is its large tide pools located at the eastern side of the bay. Carved out of volcanic rock, these tide pools are well protected, keeping the waters calm for exploring. Tide pools are created when rocky shores are covered and then exposed by the fluctuating tide. Small organisms adapt to this changing landscape, and many hermit crabs, sea stars, or pihi or limpets and small fish dwell here. Kornelu village site is located on the south coast of the island of Lanai. This former fishing village, abandoned in the 1880s, is the largest surviving ruins of a prehistoric Hawaiian village. The archaeological site is very well preserved and covers almost every phase of Hawaiian culture. It was designated a U.S. National Historic Landmark in 1962 and added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1966. The site consists of two historical villages straddling Kornelu Gulch, a dry stream bed subject to occasional flash floods after rainstorms at higher elevations. The village on the western side was named Kornelu, the one on the eastern side was called Kiliakapo. The land is parched, with little fresh water, but the sheltered bay at the end of the gulch offers access to rich fishing in the deep seas below the high cliffs along the south coast of the island. Ancient Hawaiian bone lures used to troll for pelagic fish were found in Anoa Cave, a small lava tube near the village.
Alright, we are 22 nautical miles away from our destination here over in Maui. So we're going to reduce our elevation down here to 1,000 feet. feel like we're going in slow motion. Alright, so our airport is up here over in Maui. We are pretty close to Lahaina. Where I stay, we gotta increase our throttle a little bit there. So we'll do a quick flyby where I stayed. And I'll show you where the pool was and everything. There's 4 BushTalks.
Lahaina is the largest census-designated place in West Maui, Maui County, Hawaii, United States, and includes the Kaanapali and Kapalua Beach resorts. As of the 2010 census, the CDP had a resident population of 11,704. Lahaina encompasses the coast along Hawaii Route 30 from a tunnel at the south end, through Oahu and to the CDP of Napili Honokawai to the north. During the tourist season, the population can swell to nearly 40,000 people. Lahaina's popularity as a tropical getaway has made its real estate some of the most expensive in Hawaii. Many luxury homes and condos sell for more than $5 million.
And then the next one for this area
Lahaina Banyan Court Park is a public park located at the corner of Front Street and Canal Street in the town of Lahaina, Hawaii, which was the capital of the Kingdom of Hawaii from 1820 to 1845. The 1.94 acres park, also known as Lahaina Courthouse Square and commonly called Banyan Tree Park, contains multiple heritage sites on the Lahaina Historic Trail and a self-guided walking tour through the Lahaina Historic Districts. The park occupies the site of the old Lahaina Fort, originally built in 1831. Popili, the royal governor of Maui, built the fort to protect the town from riotous sailors when Lahaina was used as an anchorage for the North Pacific whaling fleet. After the fort was demolished in 1854, a courthouse was built on the site. A portion of the old Lahaina fort was reconstructed in 1964. The old Lahaina courthouse was recognized as a contributing property of the Lahaina Historic District in 1965 and is currently used by the Lahaina Art Society, Lahaina Restoration Foundation and the Lahaina Town Action Committee. Sheriff William Owen Smith planted an Indian banyan tree in the courtyard square in 1873 to memorialize the 50th anniversary of the first American Protestant mission in Lahaina. The banyan tree has become the largest banyan tree in Hawaii and one of the largest Lahaina Gateway is a shopping mall located in Lahaina, Hawaii. The mall was completed in April 2008 and covers approximately 137,000 square feet of retail space on 2 floors. It has been managed and owned by various companies, and the mall itself has been in foreclosure on 2 occasions. Some of the current tenants at the center include Barnes & Noble, Lahaina's Department of Motor Vehicles offices, and the Foodland Farms grocery store. Lahaina Gateway was inspired by traditional Hawaiian architecture, with some of the building's facades featuring stucco accents.
Alright, that pretty much concludes BushTalk Radio, so I'm actually going to turn that off so that it doesn't autoplay on us again. But what we're going to do is turn off autopilot here and see if we can find that hotel that we stayed at when we were in Maui, since we're pretty much right there. So let's see if I can do that. How can I find out where exactly that is? So we're going to bring over our nav maps here. So I stayed in this town. It's right by Front Street. Probably the best way to do this would be... Let's go ahead and bring up Google Maps. And I'll zoom out. Let's find Hawaii. And there is Maui. There's Front Street, which had the devastated fires not too long ago. So we did visit Front Street while we were there. Alright, here it is. So, Front Street is down here over in downtown Lahaina, and we stayed at the Hyatt Regency in Maui, right by this golf club. So our airport, I think, is going to be up here somewhere, up by Kapalua. And yeah, so we will fly down that point. So the Hyatt Regency, this is the website here. All right, so we're getting ready to turn here. So what we're gonna do, we don't want to turn. So we're going to go ahead and turn on our heading selector instead of our GPS. And we'll head this way. And then if we... Oop, not that one. Let's zoom out a little bit on our map here, and we'll see if we can find it. In relation to the map. We might have to adjust our time because it's getting a little bit dark. Alright, I see it on our nav maps here. So, we are going to turn off autopilot. And we're going to make a hard left here. So we have Front Street pretty much right over here. This is where all those fires happened. Yeah, so we are less than 5 miles away from the airport. And yeah, so right now we're 4 miles away, but we're still going, so that we're pretty much right by the airport on where I stayed here in Lahaina. So we're gonna see a golf course. Coming up, I think the hotel might be right here. Alright, there's the golf course. This right here is the hotel that I stayed at, I think. Let's get a little closer. Yep, that is the hotel that I stayed at when I was in Maui. And there's like this walkway to some shopping. So there's the golf course. There's actually a walkway that goes this way. And then there's like a bunch of shopping and stuff. So pretty neat to see that. And here is our airport. So we're gonna go ahead and land. I think this is our airport, right? Yeah. Alright, so runway number 2. We gotta reduce our speed, do our flaps. We're gonna do this super quick. So I didn't know that when I was doing this flight plan. I didn't know the runway was this close to where we are. Not even lined up with it. But when I was here, yeah, we did some zip lining over on that side of the mountain. That was a blast. So nice little smooth landing there, not too shabby. There's no real taxiway here, so we're just gonna go ahead and go on the side here. And head on down to we can go on the shoulder. That's fine. There's nobody around. So we're clear of the runway, but not in the grass. We'll just take a look at the airport here. Go ahead and park by the gas station. the refueling station. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We arrived in Maui. Just a hop, skip away from where I stayed over at the Hyatt. So appreciate you tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the third leg here, and we will see you a little bit later, maybe. We'll see. We got a lot of work to do, unfortunately. Work is getting in the way of everything that we're doing here at NeoFly. Or, well, this is our BushTalk, but we're also doing the NeoFly stuff. So tune into that if you haven't seen that. And we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate it once again, guys. And hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day.